Welcome to Tulvnas, where truth meets history. Today's episode takes us into a part of history most people have never heard, yet it's written in old documents, European commentaries, and early scholarly translations dating back 400 years. We're going to explore a question. Who did the ancients believe were the descendants of Esau? And why did some historians connect Edom not only to Mount Seir, but to Rome, to Greece, and even to America? This isn't modern doctrine. This isn't internet speculation. This comes from primary sources, including the 1603 Moorish manuscript Mohammedism Fully Explained, translated in 1723 and 1725 for the instruction of the Moriscos in Spain. Let's get into it. Section 1. Esau, Edom, and the Red-Haired Nations. One of the most striking lines from the text reads, Edom, being so called because he was red-haired. The Arab writers, translating Hebrew tradition, linked the descendants of Esau with the term Banu al-Asfar, meaning the children of the yellow, fair, or red-haired man. And the text makes something very clear. By this name they do not only mean the Idumeans or Edomites, but apply it likewise to the Greeks and Romans, whom they believe to descend from Esau. This is not a fringe claim. Multiple medieval and early modern writers say the same thing. In their view, Mount Seir equals the birthplace of Esau/Edom. Rome equals the empire of Esau's later descendants. Greece equals a related branch. European nations equals inheritors of Roman identity. In their eyes, the lineage of Edom expanded from a tribal people into a civilizational identity. Section 2. The Moorish historian's testimony. The Moorish author Muhammad Rabadán, an African Muslim scholar from Aragon, wrote in 1603, translated in 1723. Esau the son of Isaac and Rebekah. From him came the Greek and Roman emperors. Why does this matter? Because these weren't Christian theologians pushing doctrine. They were Muslim historians, Arabs, and Moors, groups with no reason to glorify Greeks or Romans. And yet, they still claimed, Esau roamed the Romans. The word Rome appears throughout medieval Islamic texts to refer to the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, and later, European Christendom. So in their worldview, Rome was Edom, Europe was Edom, the West was Edom. Section 3. Mount Seir, Rome, and America. Your collage shows three buildings. A structure representing Mount Seir, a Roman temple, an American neoclassical building. Why are they connected? Because American architecture was intentionally built in the image of Rome. The columns, the domes, the marble, the symmetry. America openly claims the Roman legacy. The Senate, the Republic model, the Latin inscriptions, the bald eagle, the neoclassical architecture. So historically, by symbolism and inheritance, America is seen as the modern Rome. And if Rome was viewed as Edom, then some argued America is Edom extended. This was the logic of the early historians. Section 4. Red hair, Europeans, and the Edom connection. The source goes further, saying, the children of the yellow or red-haired man. Early writers noticed something. Judeans were understood as darker-skinned people of the Middle East. Edomites were described as fairer, ruddy, or red-haired. Greeks and Romans depicted themselves with lighter features. So in the logic of these historians, the red-haired, fair-skinned nations were Edom. This is not about modern races or modern meanings. It is simply how earlier centuries interpreted biblical anthropology. They believed Esau's descendants spread north and west, and eventually dominated the Mediterranean world. Section 5. From Edom to Empire. A pattern in history. The text says, this blessing, being by God's appointment given away from Esau, he begged that his line might produce kings, emperors, and mighty men. According to ancient and medieval writers, Jacob's line produced prophets. Esau's line produced emperors. Jacob's line produced scripture. Esau's line produced empire. And history reflects that narrative. Rome conquered Jerusalem. Greece shaped Western thought. Europe colonized the world. America became the global superpower. Whether one interprets this spiritually, symbolically, or historically, the pattern is undeniable. Power, empire, conquest, dominion. These were seen as the marks of Esau's blessing. Section 6. Why old historians drew these connections. Why were Arab, Moorish, and early European historians so convinced that Esau's line became Rome? Because Rome destroyed the Second Temple, scattered the Jews, took on the role of biblical adversary, became the ruler of the world. The ancient mindset saw prophetic destiny in national rise and fall. So Rome, a conquering empire, fit the Edomite archetype. And America, inheriting Rome's symbolism, power, architecture, and worldview, was seen as its modern heir. This wasn't conspiracy, it was their worldview. Section 7. What this means for today. This podcast isn't about labeling modern nations. It's about understanding how the ancients interpreted the world. According to these early sources, Esau became Edom. Edom became Rome. Rome became Europe. Europe's identity became America's inheritance. It's a chain of civilization, passed forward through culture, ideology, and power. Meanwhile, the Hebrew people, Jacob's descendants, were scattered across the earth, many absorbed into Africa, the Middle East, and the diaspora. So in the grand story, Jacob preserved the faith. Esau inherited the empire. That's how the early historians saw it. Closing thought. Whether one accepts these interpretations as literal, symbolic, cultural, or prophetic, the fact remains. Ancient scholars believed Rome and Europe were the continuation of Esau/Edom, and they believed that America, the last great empire built in Rome's image, continues that lineage. This history isn't widely taught. It isn't widely known, but it was written centuries ago by people who saw the world through the lens of scripture and prophecy. Thank you for listening to Tulvnas, where truth meets history. If this message challenged you, enlightened you, or sparked something inside you, like, share, and subscribe. We're just getting started.